Hello. Hello, YouTube. This is Nature's Daughter, and I just stopped by to say hello and to wish everyone a happy holiday. Today is Christmas, or what everybody calls Christmas. Today is December the 25th. Yes, it is. And everybody likes to celebrate the birth of Christ. Unfortunately, I'm not really under that impression. The details that we have and that we know about Christ and Him being born on December the 25th is very, very low. I don't believe we have full knowledge that this particular day is Christ's birthday. That is what we've been told, and that's what has been, handed down to us generation after generation. Let me get this right. Generation after generation of our parents teaching us this way and, how to celebrate Christmas and um, what the season is supposed to be for, and so on and so forth. However, I just don't agree with the fact that that's what December the 25th is actually is. Now, I do know that December 25th cannot be the actual birthday of Christ, but Christ did have a birthday. Yes, he did have a birthday. He was born in the human flesh just like everyone else. So that means that there was a birthday for him. Unfortunately, we don't know the season or the day nor the hour that took place. So they used December 25th to celebrate that day. And that's okay. That's okay. So that's a good thing to do if we could do it according to the actual facts. And unfortunately, we don't have actual facts, so we do use what we have. I feel like now in this day and time, we've been under deception all this time, and the birth of Christ, we don't have enough details to actually know and understand what it is that we're celebrating. I do know that they said that the day that his mom gave birth to him, his mother gave birth to him, she was actually on the run. They state that she was on the run from Bethlehem because there was a hit out to kill all male boys. So her and her husband, the man that she was with, they had to flee to another city in order for her to have this child, because if she would have gave birth to the kid in the city that she was in, then it would have been a higher risk for her to for the child to be killed. So they fled it to another city. And in that city, when they got there, there was no nesting place for her to lay down to give birth to the kid. So there was a hotel or somewhere that they went. Then I'm just, stating this story as it was told. Yeah, I'm just telling you what was told. This is not nothing that's written in concrete or nothing that's indefinite. This is just a story that I have heard about the birth of Christ. So they get to this hotel, and there was no room. So since there was no room, they told him and the woman that there was a place, a barn or something of such, that they could put him so that she could, have the baby. So they went and prepared this place and made it, comfortable enough for her to be able to give birth. And after the baby was born, there was a star placed in the sky stating that the Son of Christ had been born. And that's where the three wise men followed the star to this particular city and found that the child was born, and it was a male, and his name was Christ Jesus, whatever it was that the child's name was at that particular time, which whom we call Christ today. We call him Jesus Christ today. So when the three wise men came, they came bearing gifts for this child, for this king that had been born for the world. So not only the three wise men came, I think they came bringing frankincense. It was three gifts that they brought with them. And I do remember frankincense being one, or oil being one, and something else. I don't remember what the third one was. But however, they came bearing gifts for the king that was born. And then other people also brought gifts and stuff and laid at the baby, because it was a king. Jesus Christ was a king was born as a sacrifice for this world. So, however, that's the story that we know about Christ being born. It does not state, what season it was or anything. We don't know full details. We don't know the specific date and the specific time and the specific place. We don't know full details. So, therefore, we go and we allow December the 25th to be the day that we celebrate Christ's birthday. That's what we do. We take December the 25th and we allow that to be the day that we celebrate Christ's birthday. Is that okay? I can't say yes and I can't say no. But that's our way of giving back. But here's the thing. So we wonder why. Why is it an issue? Or why is it wrong? Or why is it a problem? Or why shouldn't we do it? Or why should we do it? We have all of these unanswered questions about Christ's birthday. The Bible doesn't really speak of it, other than the story that we know about Mary being his mom and Mary being pregnant and etc. and etc. That's about as much as we know about Christ in his birthday. That's why we use December the 25th to be the celebration of his birthday. But like I said, the Bible doesn't speak of that. The Bible doesn't tell us that we should celebrate Christ's birthday and bring these gifts and do all the stuff that we do. So why do we do it? Well, we don't know. We don't know. We do it to the understanding of because my mama's mama, or because so on and so forth, or because X, Y, and Z. But that is not a logical reason of why we are doing something that we have no knowledge of why we're doing it. And that's what's led me to this video today. The Bible does speak of the people would fail for the lack of knowledge. And we're doing a real good job at that. And it doesn't have to necessarily be that way, though. We can go and learn the facts and the details about Christ and why he was born and where he was born and all the answers that we need to find answers to these questions that we have. We can do that. And we need to do it. Because if we are going to continue to celebrate this day called Christmas that was given to you and passed down generation after generation after generation after generation, and now you're passing it on to the 20th century, the second century generation, to your kids and your grandkids. Yeah, you're passing it on to them about this thing called Christmas. But all you're giving to them is the gift of giving. And there's nothing wrong with giving. Giving is a beautiful thing. But have you earned it? Have you earned it? Because Christ didn't just receive those gifts from the three wise men because he was born. He received those gifts because he was a king and he had work to do, like being the sacrifice to this world. Are your children sacrifices? Are you installing into them the material, the knowledge, the wisdom that they need to know for their purpose of birth that was intended? Why were your children born? Why did you have children? Just for the sake to say, oh, yes, I have children. I have a boy and three girls. I have three boys and a girl. I mean, like, think about it. Is that really the reason why? Or do you know? Because everything and everybody has a purpose. The birds in the sky have a purpose. The grass on the ground has a purpose. It doesn't just live here to be hanging around. It lives here because it serves a purpose. And when it does its purpose, it gets rewarded. God sends water so it can grow more. The birds continue to fly and they able to multiply into more. God feeds them every day so that they can have the health and strength they need for reproduction and living and learning. So you see, we don't just, God doesn't just give you rewards for the sake of. There's a purpose of you receiving that reward. But we don't take the time to understand purpose and knowledge of oneself and who you are and why. And we need to have the clarity and the understanding of yourself and who you are and the reason why. Because it's very important. These details are very important. And the Bible states that, we would fail from the lack of knowledge. What do you think he meant by that? That we would just, you know, not know? Because the Bible also says anything that you ask in his name, anything. So there's no reason for you to fail from the lack of knowledge. Have you taken the time to ask God the hard questions? Why do we celebrate Christmas? Is Christmas a real thing? Do we need to be celebrating Christmas? When was Christ's birthday? Who is Christ? Why are we doing the stuff that we're doing, Lord? Have a conversation with the Lord and just simply ask him. Then I'm not telling you that God's going to just say, oh, well, nature's daughter. The reason why is because, no, it's not going to be like that. But if you put the questions in the atmosphere, if you think about it and just take the time to ask, in due time and in due season, God will provide you those answers. He's not going to just let it be wasted when you ask. Because it says, if you ask, then it shall be given. So I just don't think we ought to be running around here celebrating stuff that we don't know why we're doing it. We have no understanding of why we're doing it and the purpose and the cause. Why? Just keep going out here using using and wasting a bunch of money to buy your children stuff that they don't deserve. Like, can you get your kid to take out the trash when you ask them to? Can you get your kid to help clean up the house when it's a need to do their chores? Can you get your kids to listen and obey the commands that you ask them to do? Are your kids doing what they're supposed to be doing in school? I mean, like, I don't understand. But yet you'll go buy them a car when they get 16. Yet you'll buy them expensive shoes, expensive clothes. Yet you would make sure they have their own bedrooms and stuff that they need and want. You will do that for them. And that's okay because them are your children and you feel like they are deserving of such things. But are they doing their part? Are they learning who Christ is and his purpose for being here? Do they have knowledge of who God is and who he is to them? Do they understand Mother Nature and the works of her daily jobs? Do they know the stuff that they need to know other than just, doing what they want to do and learning what they want to learn and knowing only what they want to know? Are they fulfilling their purpose? Or do they even know their purpose intended for their life? And if not, then we're failing. We're failing again. We're failing again. But I just wanted to speak with you about this thing called Christmas. Do we really understand what this thing called Christmas is? Or are we following somebody else's lead that has taught us to do this, that has programmed us to do this? I don't know. And if we're getting it wrong, how do we make it right? How? The question's on the table, and it's just something that I just wanted to put in the atmosphere. But in the meantime, I hope everybody had a holy holiday. I really do. I really do. And I hope everybody did put Christ first. When you went to go break your bread or do whatever it was you did this day, you gave him his worship and you gave him his praise. And, give him thanks for allowing you to see this day, giving you breath in your body, another new day, and being grateful for having God, and being grateful for having Mother Nature, being grateful for having everything that you have in your life, because it's truly a blessing. And it's a blessing that we can't take for granted because millions didn't make it this far. Millions didn't make it to 2020. And if you was one of the ones who did, you owe him the thanks and you owe him the glory. So that's my spiel for today. I would appreciate it if you would take this time to like, share, and subscribe. That lets me know that you enjoyed the video, and I will continue to make more. My name is Nature's Daughter, if you are not sure, and I'm just here to share with you the knowledge about how nature works and the purpose intended. So thank you for your time, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you and goodbye.